Hello friends and welcome to Fix It Friday. If you are new here, Fix It Fridays are where I go into one of your Etsy shop listings, items, policies, anything you need help with on your Etsy store, and I go in there and I help you fix it. This is a completely free service. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. All I do is I go in to one of your listings and I help you fix it so you can generate more sales. Now, in order to sign up for this, all you have to do is click the link in the bio. It's my Google form that I have set up and created, and you can put your name on the list. Give me the link of what you need help with or just a description of what you need help with, and I'm here to help you on Fridays. Totally free service. I just upload it here for you and everyone else to learn so they can generate more sales too on Etsy. Okay, so today we are going to be looking at Kirsten's shop. She is based out of Canada, it looks like, and she has some pretty cute items. I'm excited to see what she has going on for her. So let me shrink this down real quick. This is Kirsten's shop, and this was the actual listing that she wanted me to look at. And her shop name is Wood and Petals Design. She looks like she's a pretty new seller with only 40 sales. So what her question was is that this specific listing she is wanting more sales on. So I'm here to help that. Here is my critique for you, Kirsten. So first and foremost, there was two things. When I had initially clicked on this to look to see what listing I was going to do this week, there are two things that I saw right off the bat that I think are complete, immediate changes that you can do and would help you tremendously. First, I do like this picture, this front picture. This is your very first picture that you see when you click on the listing. I do like it, but it's kind of dark. And here I have some examples pulled up for you to show you what the difference of what I'm talking about. I always say to give your product a use, which is exactly what you've done, right? It's a blanket. I can see that. There's a bed, pillows, headboard. I like it. It's just kind of dark. If I were to open up an Etsy page and just put in Chucky Nick blanket, do you see how some of these are, not some, all of them are very light and bright? I think brightening it up using a lighter background, you do a little bit of photo edits. There are a lot of free programs for your phone if you're taking pictures on your phone that you can lighten them up just a little bit, but it just kind of gives it more light and brightness. It's pretty dark. And we'll revisit this in a second. But the second thing that I had seen in this that I was like, oh, because your SEOs look pretty good. There's a little bit of work that could be tweaked there, but I mean, they're still pretty good. And you have a lot of pictures. You even have a video. Like, this is great. I love this. I love that you're showing your process on how you make this, because it clearly shows that you're hand making this. But the one other thing that I can see that I was like, whoa, this shipping cost of $50 now. I know that is like as an Etsy seller, I know that is probably how much it costs to ship that blanket from Canada to the United States. I totally get it. But as somebody who loves free shipping, also Etsy pushes free shipping. They say if there's a shipping minimum, buying minimum of $35 or ship for free. I think that a lot of people, and they have done some research on it. I do have another YouTube video specifically for free shipping. But if you are charging shipping, then your customers, including me, because I had looked at it and I was like, whoa, I don't want to pay $50 for shipping on a $37 blanket. I'm going to be 100% honest, and I think that's where you could probably generate more sales if you included shipping into your purchase price. So it's all one number. Yes, that is going to make your product more expensive, but you know what? I don't mind paying $80 for a hand-knitted blanket, but I do have a problem spending $37 on a hand-knitted blanket and then paying $50 for shipping. I know it sounds really weird. The money is all going to go there and it's all going to be the same, but to the buyer, that's who you're selling it to, I would much rather spend $80 on a hand-knitted blanket than $30 and $40. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so I think those are two quick and easy things that you could probably change real quick and you can start generating sales. Otherwise, the other thing that I had noticed on here too, and I always say this, you might want to check out my SEO videos that are specifically for this for SEOs. Right here, I mean, your SEOs are great. Don't get me wrong. I even checked them. I was like, yes, they're really good. But if you were to copy Chunky Knit Blanket, and then I had already put it over here on the right, and I opened up this and I put Chunky Knit Blanket right here. Do you see how many search results are up here? 22,000. That means you're competing with 22,000 other listings in that same SEO. That means that it's a drowned out SEO. Now, there's nothing wrong with that if you wanted to push it down, but try and find SEOs that are more smaller, that people that are still searching for it, but that there's less search ads for it. Hopefully I'm explaining that correctly, but let me see if I can help you out a little bit more. If this was like a good Mother's Day present or a new baby present or something of that sort, maybe like a living room blanket, we can try living room blanket right here. Oop, I can't spell. Living room. Living room. If we do living room decor. Oh, this has 6 million. Woohoo! How about tan blanket? Because you did have a tan blanket. Oh, see, if you did tan blanket, there's only 5,000. So you're only competing with 5,000 people versus the 22,000. So maybe condensing it and going and thinking a lot smaller into your product will help you get seen a little bit more. But you are on the right track with your SEOs for sure. I mean, I checked them all, like I said, and they look really good. But just try and think a little bit smaller. This number that's up here at the very top right here will help you out tremendously because, like I said, that one living room had 6.6 million results. I mean, that is a drowned out SEO. You'll never get seen from that one. Again, there's no such thing as a drowned out market because there's always a market for you everywhere. But drowned out SEOs, this right here, it'll be hard to see unless you're paying for ads. You'll get hardly seen because there's so many people using that tag. So again, think a little bit smaller, confined, and to the point. Now, I do realize that hand knit or chunky knit blankets, people will look for that, right? People will look for chunky knit blankets. There is a golden rule on Etsy that says that you should have 100 items to sell good, like to sell really well. I don't really necessarily agree with this, but what I do suggest is start filling up your shop. And when I did go and look at your shop. You have one right here, and then you have a pillow, but then that's it. So what you're telling the SEOs is that you are kind of maybe a seller of blankets, not really, but kind of. So the reason why Etsy is saying that they want 100 listings in your shop is that now you have 100 opportunities to be seen. So if you have 100 listings of the same thing, right, 100 chunky knit blanket listings, that is saying that A, you are really wanting to sell those blankets, and B, now you have 100 times that you're going to be seen in that one SEO. So if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, your one listing is fighting and competing against 22,000 listings. If you had 2 chunky knit blanket listings, 3 chunky knit blanket listings, now you've given yourself more of an opportunity to be seen because now you have more listings in that SEO. So the reason why Etsy always says you have to have 100 listings to sell well, you don't. My mother-in-law, she sells cotton napkins. I think maybe she has 60 napkins in her shop and she sells really well. And it's because she only sells cotton napkins. So she's only competing in that one spot. This is kind of where finding your niche would be helpful too, because in here you have a little bit of everything. It's kind of like a mosh podge of things, which is fine. In my shop on my website, I do have a mosh podge. I'm party decorations, I'm gifts, I'm Christmas ornaments, I'm signs, I'm this and that and everything else, right? For me, that's what I am. However, if you look at my shop, if you look at my website, I have like 1,000 items and there's 100 plus in each category. So I'm being seen more often. That's kind of essentially what you want to do. You want to start filling up your shop. Find your niche and start filling up your shop. So that is like other thing too. So for Chunky Knit Blanket, it is kind of a drowned out SEO. It's not too bad. And yes, people will search for it. So yes, you do want to be using that. But now you want to start filling up your shop with Chunky Knit Blankets. You do in your actual listing, you have this drop down box for the personalization. You have all these colors right here. This is perfect. But you could separate them too with a white, a black, a light blue, and you can give yourself multiple listings. How many colors do you have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and then you have 13 a custom. I probably would just do 12 and just do 12. Now, for each one, if you wanted to keep the color options, you could. I don't personally like that because it just sounds like it, for me as a buyer, if I were to see that, I'd be like, oh, this person's really trying to get some sales. Which, I mean, that is what you're wanting, but I wouldn't do it that way. What I would do is only have a white, only have a black, only have light blue, but then also at the very bottom right here, under your description, I do like that you already have that click here to see more products. That's perfect. I would say that as well. But how about if you do click here for more blankets? More like to that shop, because if someone's in there looking for a blanket, they're going to want to continue looking for blankets. If they click this right here, it's going to take it back to your home page, and then that's where you have a mosh podge of things. Especially with my, like for example, in my shop, I sell party decorations. I also sell Christmas ornaments. In my Christmas ornaments listings, I say click here for more Christmas ornaments. In my party decoration listings, I say click here for more party decorations, because I don't push the two intercross them, because if you're looking for party decorations, that's what you're looking for. You're not looking for Christmas ornaments. So don't intercross them. That's where filling up your shop with more of the same listings is would be helpful for you. I mean, everything else looks really good. You're on the right track. I do like your SEOs for everything. Those are just like basic things that you can fine tune. One last suggestion, comment, piece of advice that I would like for everyone to take is never make anything that you're not 100% sold on. So if you kind of really don't like to make it, then don't make it, because this is what you're going to be doing for your full-time job. I'm sure that's the whole journey of being on an Etsy shop, is to one day be able to work this full-time. So start now. When you are just starting out, start now, and never make anything that you're not 100% sold with. So if you like making blankets, then continue making blankets and fill up your shop with blankets. If you like making Christmas ornaments, then continue making Christmas ornaments. Little hint, I actually sell Christmas ornaments all year round. All year round. I pump them out all year round. July it starts picking up a little bit more, but yeah, it kind of blows my mind. Actually, this week I think I have 5 Christmas ornaments. Now it's not a whole lot, but like I still sell them. So you could fill your shop with a whole bunch of stuff. You just have to know like what you like. And of course you're brand new, so I don't want to like hound you too much about that, but really finding your niche, finding what you like to make, and then just make that and focus on that, and then start building that. Then after you have a whole bunch of one item that you were like, whoo, I got it, I got my product, my stock built up, I got, all my proofs done or anything like that, then you can start adding in more items, right? And then you can start working on that. So then this is already selling, and then you start working on this. When I first started selling, I did not sell party decorations, Christmas ornaments, and wood signs. That's not what I did. I focused on party decorations, got that up, got my product stock built up, got my listings built up, and then I started trickling more stuff in. It's like Christmas ornaments. So I started trickling them in, and then I pumped out a whole bunch, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to do wood signs. And then so I started doing that, and that's where I got it all. You don't want to go like here, there, and everywhere, because then as a buyer, kind of looks like your shop is here, there, and everywhere. And so when it comes to Etsy, I know that like Etsy is for handmade items, but there is this like weird perception with customers that we want handmade items, but we don't want them to kind of look handmade or be like a novice. That's just how it is in everyday life. So that's why if you want to stick to your niche and make that look really good, and then start selling there and then move forward, that'll help you a lot. Okay, y'all, I am done with this shop critique and this listing critique. If there are any questions about this particular shop critique, put them in the comments below. Also, if you wanted to put your name in the list for the Google form, that is in the description below as well. So you can click on that, fill it all out, put yourself on the list, and I will see you next Friday for another Fix It Friday. Okay, y'all, I will see you later.